Good morning, it's Barbara. It's a bright sunny day, windy. The dogs are wrestling, everything's going on here, but all is well. All's well that ends well, shall I say. Good morning, it's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for cappuccino. Dennis made me a cappuccino. He's a lovely guy. This is my regular lipstick that I already had, but it matches my Malin sweater. Good morning. I had a terrible night's sleep. Dennis brought me coffee in bed, and then he made me a cappuccino. He's the best. He's the best. We had a heck of a day yesterday, and I couldn't sleep. I didn't fall asleep till almost dawn, and only a little while then, so anyway. I get a cappuccino. Yesterday was one for the books. It started out, well, the sunshine came and it was beautiful. And the three of us sat out on our deck and did our whatever, and we were out there, or I was out there probably 3 hours maybe. And the dogs were wrestling. They're wrestling now, but they're just going outside. Phew. So we had a lovely, lovely time on the deck, opened up the house, and it was really, really nice. In that 3 hours she was on the deck, we took the dogs for a walk. Gorgeous, beautiful day. So the park was full of tiny little kids playing soccer, which is so hard for us for a dog walk. So the dog walk was very stressful. We got home, sat on the deck a little while, and then came in because the weather was on its way. Well, the weather arrived. Thunderstorms, wind blowing like crazy, and it was kind of interesting. Cora and I were watching TV, and I should have just turned the TV off and turned all the lights off and just watched the storm like it was entertainment, because it was kind of twilight. And so the sky was an interesting color. The trees were whipping around everywhere. It was raining. And it was really interesting, except it was also thundering. So, of course, Pearl was beside herself. Dennis had to go and sit with her in the powder room. You know, it feels like a safe den in there. And anyway, she needed to be cuddled and reassured for 2 hours at least. Finally the thunder stopped, but it was still really windy, and Ora went upstairs. We were sitting talking and reading, and the power went out. So we waited for a little while because sometimes the power comes back pretty quickly, and but it didn't come back. So Dennis went and got the generator out and filled it with gas and got us all set. And luckily we had our electrician in a week and a half ago, and he fixed the plug that can plug our generator into the house grid. So that works really well. We can't watch TV because the TV pulls too much power, but we have the microwave and we have lights and the computer system is up. So we have our, wireless and whatever. However, when we had this electrical stuff done to have this ability to run some things off of the generator, Ora wasn't living with us. So we don't have any of the guest rooms. The only upstairs power that we have is in our bedroom on our light switch and our plugs, so that we can run the ceiling fan. If the power goes out in the summertime, we of course lose our air conditioning. So we wanted to have the ceiling fan available if it was hot. And so that's the only electricity upstairs. So the power went out and there she was in the dark. And so we gave her a lantern and gave her a couple of battery-powered night lights, and she said, you know what, I'm just going to bed. But it was about 9:30. She's like, I'm going to get in my pajamas and get in bed. I'm like, you could read. She said, I don't think I'm even going to do that. So she was upstairs. And we had the generator going. So down here we had some light and whatever. Her chair, we have her chair on the generator. So she could have come downstairs if she wanted to. Anyway, when Dennis went to the app for the electric company, it said that we weren't going to get our power back till 3 o'clock in the afternoon today. So we filled up the generator. We were going to, see if it would run all night, because we've got a refrigerator on it and we've got freezers on it. So, but about 12:30, 1 o'clock, the power came back on. So Dennis had just filled the generator, like with gallons of gasoline. And, gasoline isn't that stable, so we can't leave that, for next winter. So but we aren't going to empty it now, because who knows? We've had a lot of wind lately, and I was worried about losing our power some time ago for another storm. But this was the same storm that just ripped through the Midwest over the last week and caused tornadoes and stuff. And so we do not have any damage. I don't even see any limbs down. We've been busy taking care of our trees, because we had trees that were weak and we were worried, and so we had them taken care of. We did hear a chainsaw this morning, so it's possible that our neighbors got big limbs down or a tree. But other than that, nothing, everything seems fine. So anyway, it was a very hectic day, and I just could not fall asleep. Could not fall asleep. So I did not start Isabel's sweater. I read a book. That's where we are. So I told Dennis today's our last day off for a week, because next week is busy. Aura has physical therapy tomorrow. Her cousins are coming to visit with her. They're going to be at her other house. I'm not sure why. Her one cousin doesn't like driving to our house. I don't know what that's about, but it works now because of the other house being available. But I don't know what their plan is. I'm not worrying about it. But we'll take her over there, and there's some things that we want to go through and bring over here. Wednesday, I go and meet Allison at her job and pick up my granddaughters. And so they're coming, and they'll be here Wednesday night, Thursday, all day Friday. And then Allison and Jason are coming back on Saturday, because they are taking a couple of pieces of furniture from Aura's house that Garland made. And so they're gonna rent a truck and gonna bring it up over to the house next door and store it there. And Christy is getting the cedar chest. We'll bring that over here. And yeah, so that's the current plan. But and then they'll go home on Saturday night. But then, so until next Sunday, we got stuff happening. I'm gonna be busy. Luckily, we're all feeling good. Nobody has any signs that we caught COVID. So that's good. I went to we stopped at the grocery store yesterday on our way home from dog walk. It was just a day. So today, kind of taking it easy, doing some straightening up a little bit, maybe. Maybe I'll cast on a Harry Potter sweater, Mrs. Weasley sweater. I'm not sure, but I'm not making any promises. But OMG, yesterday was one for the books. I'm just tired of just telling you about it. Anyway, so there we are, and that's why I'm late, because I didn't get out of bed. But I reset my clock this morning, because in the middle of the night, the power went out for a little while, so all the clocks had to have to be reset. And when I reset my clock, I reset my alarm, So my plan is to, you know, keep my early shift. The granddaughters get up very early, and so, yeah. So that'll work out for me. And I'll be tired in theory, so I would be able to fall asleep. So there you go. That's my plans. We shall see. But Dennis is making a new coconut milk shrimp curry soup, Thai soup tonight, so that'll be fun. The temperature has gone way down. I mean, it was really gorgeous on our deck. We had a lovely, lovely interlude yesterday afternoon on the deck, and it was really nice. And it's bright and sunny now. Not a cloud in the sky. Bright and sunny. But colder and windy. So that's where we are. All right, so I'm going to say goodbye. Take good care of yourselves. And yeah, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Please, please, please stay safe and stay sane.